Now we're recording. So you guys missed the key lock.
That's right.
We just showed the key lock to the class, and now they are practicing. So,
now you got to put it back to you, Brian.
back to me.
Yeah, because anytime he makes a move,
Back to
the camera
you.
goes there.
Oh, you have it highlighted, huh? There we go. Did that change anything on your end?
As long, yeah, I mean,
I
you
know.
stay the main, you know what I mean?
I will
The main
pin.
camera.
Yeah. I was assuming you guys see the same thing that I put here, but I guess I have to pin it for that to happen.
The rules class today.
Today's a smaller class. It's kind of like how it usually is, where Monday's big, Tuesday drops, Wednesday picks up a little bit, and then Thursday, Friday drop. So we have a couple less people, 4, 5 people.
We're going to go back to the same format, right? Doing the same thing all week long?
Well, today's no gi, and yesterday was chokes, so we'll probably alternate those.
Try to alternate it?
Yeah, and
this
then
week,
next
okay.
week, I'll probably get something that we could do gi and no gi with.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
I think in these later phases, more people will come back and get in the room. Some people are still worried about it.
Yeah.
Good. Easy, right? You hear them over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Talking about big snakes.
I can't make it out. You can hear him talking.
Well, they're on record, so. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. You're going to have a hard time doing the move with the arm under his head, so you can take it out, dig out the wrist, and push it down after. So you don't need to, if they're really strong, you might use your hand to push their elbow as well, but try to do it first without taking your hand out from under their shoulder, because if you get it down, then your hand's already there to lock it. Right, it's quicker. So go ahead and rest on your elbow. Yeah.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Be right back.
Out using your right hand. So you just take your left hand out, push the wrist down to the mat. Yeah. And so you're just using your left hand. So your right hand should be under his arm right now. Yeah. And then you just roll it up to your own wrist. There you go. And you got You got it? I'm still feeling.
You might be surprised. You're gonna find an other man in there. Look at that.
Tell it to the microphone.
To my love of my life, my cat. She waits for me. loves me. Look at that guy.
Good. Nice. All right, so let's do the next one. So there's more than one way to escape almost all the moves. So there's some things that are a little more common. Okay. So what happens here is to get out of this, a lot of people will start to straighten their arm. Then she turns her thumb down and tries to bend. Eventually it comes out, right? So we're gonna expect that. So as I feel her start to straighten, I follow right about here is where I wanna stop it, okay? So watch this wrist and this elbow. So as she straightens, I follow. See, I slid the bottom hand so it lines up with this. Right behind the elbow joint, there's a tricep tendon, and it hurts just to even push it a little bit. Okay? So we're gonna add a little bit of pain to the move we're doing, but that's not what makes it work. Okay? What makes it work is the other hand. When it's thumb up, that means the elbow's pointed down. Okay? So if I put upward pressure and downward pressure, we're hyperextending the arm, right? We call that a straight arm bar. So we let it follow and we stop it right here. So I'm using these 4 fingers to kind of stop it and not let that thumb turn down. Okay? Now I'm going to kind of do that wrist curl with both hands. So I flex both hands. See what happened with her wrist? When I flex, it goes up, but this hand's pushing it down. Hyperextends the arm. It's a really simple movement. So we'll start from the start. So she has her frame, I'm holding under. Now watch my hand, I don't move this hand, right? I take this one out, push it down. Now this is already here to grab. Okay? If they're really strong, you might start pushing this elbow, but then you'll have to find room to slide that in. It's not a big deal, you could do that if you want. So I want to get this moving and she straightens it, right? So now we're going to move 2. Right. Really simple movement. And you'll see how we put all this together in a minute. All right. So let's try that. 3, 1, 2, 3. Go. You guys can see that?
I missed everything because I stepped away, but
Okay. But you know what to do, right?
is it same,
The first
whole mouse strap?
straight arm bar. Yeah.
on the straight armor? Okay.
You lock and straight.
I'll do it this way. Okay.
Thing's got T-Rex arms.
Shrek's arm.
I mean, its arm is as long as from my shoulder to my elbow.
Right. Yeah, they're going to move any part of their body they can to relieve the pressure. So you want to pin the person. You want to keep your weight on them. Yeah.
Is there a way to invert on this?
Yeah.
There's a toe hold here, right?
Totally.
Toe hold from key lock, right?
How do I hit a go-go plata from here?
If I can't,
Okay.
if I can't invert,
Not worth it, right?
is it really worth it?
If I can't parabolo around, it's not even worth it. Hey, coach. So,
Yeah.
what's the proper way to do shoulder pressure from here, like up on fluid?
Like the Von Flute, you're gonna push your shoulder forward. Like you're gonna fold your arm over, like I don't have a good metaphor for it, but yeah, you're just gonna roll your shoulder forward over the neck, right?
Is that all? That's all it is. What am I grabbing a lat or something with this hand?
Oh, that hand I like right in the armpit, the middle finger in the armpit, and then
I mean, is that all it is?
yeah, and you're making him. He doesn't have a chin, but you're making him look away, so you can put the pressure on the side of his neck.
Okay.
Right. I could do it on Rita.
If you go,
Make sure you
up
let her
onto
know
the
our
toes.
signal.
Yeah. If you go up on your toes,
You're gonna add a lot more pressure. Yeah. The
Now-
less parts of you on the mat, the more pressure it puts on them.
now,
Just saying, Von flew on my toes.
will you still be able
could.
to keep balance to do the other submission?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
You
matter
just
of
have to be
balance.
careful going on your toes because you're creating a gap in between you and the mat where they could replace guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's one of those things that we were discussing before, where I was talking about more being on like a tackling sled or an offensive lineman sled, to where your kind of knees, toes, real,
right. Yeah. You just have to balance pressure with control, right?
Right.
Because just because you have more pressure doesn't mean it's better.
Right.
That makes sense.
Man, adding that little extra shoulder in the face. Ooh, yeah, that could be nice. I just don't know how long I can hold that plank.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. You're exerting energy, right?
Yeah.
So you got to decide if you really need much pressure or not.
Who passes out first?
Yeah, they're gonna be framing too. Hello. How are you? You see that pop?
That's off foot.
Didn't see it at all.
Come here. Get over here. Get over here. Come here.
Totally ninja.
She actually bit me the other day.
Let's do the next one. Read it. They were drilling.
Oh, what's really too?
All right, so we're here. So now we're gonna do a third part. I'm going for the key lock, same as before. They go to straighten. Okay? When they turn the thumb down and bend it, maybe I missed that middle part, right? So she got loose. I can do the same thing as the key lock backwards, right? So before I was doing the top hand to grab the wrist, now I'd have to use the bottom hand. But if I let go and I try to grab, now she could get an underhook, she could do different things, and I don't have the hand, right? I lost it. I could even get in a worse position. So we're gonna do something very specific. So when I go for the key lock, she straightens, she gets loose with the Kimura, she goes thumb down. Now I'm not gonna be able to get the key lock or the straight arm bar. And I wanna get that wrist. So I pick up the shoulder, I'm gonna hug with this hand, and now I can use this hand because I still am wrapping around this arm. Okay? I like to hold my own shoulder, so I know there's no way that that arm's gonna get out or go anywhere. Now I use my bottom hand to hold the wrist. Remember the elbow by the ear? We're gonna put the elbow by the hip. And then this hand holds my wrist. Okay? And just for simplicity, I would be lifting this elbow. And I can get it back there. Okay? It's not the best way to do it because she can do a sit-up with me. And that's it, she's not tapping, right? But just for now, I want you to see how that works. Just lifting the elbow. Okay. So, framing, dig out the wrist, elbow on the mat, roll your hand up to the wrist. We can do a key lock here, right? She straightens out, I can stop it and get a straight arm bar there. She gets loose with the thumb down. I'm going to hug with the other arm, then grab the wrist. Elbow on the mat, grab my own wrist. Now her palm's on the mat. I can slide her elbow close to her head, and then so let's try that. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Let's see. How far back I gotta go. Here we go.
You remember? You guys watching? Yeah, that's good. Put your right and use your right elbow on the mat. You're gonna lift your left elbow. You can keep your weight on it. Yeah. Yeah, it's because you're able to sit up, and that's normal right now. As long as he's getting close to it, and then we're going to add a part that makes it a lot better.
Good arm. Oh, that's in your hip.
Fancy.
Hey, Coach,
Yeah.
to finish, is it more effective? What is your preference? Just bang over the head or go all the way around?
From there?
Yeah, so we got, obviously there's that.
Yeah.
Yes?
With that grip, stepping over
Yeah.
the head, turning them sideways. That's what I'm going to show next.
Oh, all right, I'll shut up then.
If I can't get the wrist anymore, they're putting the arm behind the back.
Right.
Then I switch my grip and I'll go over the head. I'll sit on the other side. You see what I mean?
So you're slipping your grip?
That one where you hold the elbows?
Do that again?
Where you cup the elbow?
Yeah, the one where you cup the elbow. Look at Arsenio.
Go to that. So you go to the single-handed one?
So hold his elbow and hold your own forearm.
Right. All right. So you just switch to that?
Now I sit on the other side of the head.
Okay.
If I have that grip. Yeah.
Okay.
If I have the regular grip, I go north-south, turn them sideways. All right, guys. So let's do the next part because someone's already realized that if they just sit up into you, it relieves the pressure, a little bit harder to tap them. And if we get too extreme with that, they can literally sit up and be on top of us. Right? We'll go over another variation or something to add.
The Juan pass.
She was thinking you were talking to me, and I told her, let me go.
Ready? So, key lock, straight arm bar, brings it down. From the wrap, hold the wrist, grab my own wrist. So to avoid them being able to sit up, we're going to make a couple adjustments. So I'm going to step over the head, and I'm going to pick up her elbow until it's by my chest. My knee is going to go right against the shoulder. So the knee in front of her is down, the knee behind her is up. That's the thing you want to remember. And I'm bringing the elbow close to my chest, okay? Because if it's not, she's a lot more flexible, and she could hold her own clothing. Okay? So I keep the elbow close to me. Now she can't wiggle around too much, and she's not going to be able to get her hand really close. My knee is pressing against the shoulder because the defense to this is getting her back to the mat. So now what I'm going to do is I just turn my upper body only, turn that way. Okay? If your hands are like this and you're pulling her wrist, it could work, but you're doing something wrong. Okay? It should be a pushing motion with this hand. Okay? So start. Move to the key lock. She straightened. Went for the straight, but she got out. Hug with the other arm. Grab the wrist and your own wrist. My elbow goes to the mat. Step over the head. Lift the elbow so she moves sideways and press my knee against the shoulder. Now just turn my upper body to look behind me. So without a partner, I'm actually like that. Okay, they're not going to be able to go that far. You see, she tapped super early to it. Okay, so let's try that. 3, 1, 2, 3. Relax, please, relax. You like that? Your foot instead of here, like, because that's not good balance. Have flat foot with the knee straight up, like 90-degree bends. From grabbing? From grabbing? We did choke yesterday. You haven't been grabbing things, so the muscles are sore. It's like lifting weights, they're sore muscles. Yeah, because their defense will be to throw. Sorry, I got the guys throw their back to the mat. Samantha, have your and your foot flat, and the knee behind your shoulder. Knee behind your shoulder. Yeah. I did. Hold your own wrist. It's better. Your own wrist instead of here. Yeah.
You can't say they don't have fun.
I know, right?
It sounds like somebody's being murdered.
I don't know. Just waiting for someone to come back. What's that? Yeah.
You're gonna be showing the elbow one?
No, I'm just gonna do it in reverse.
Okay.
The elbow one's a little advanced for the people that are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just go to YouTube. That clickbait. I got to go to YouTube to see it.
Go to the Grappling Mastery channel.
The more advanced moves.
Yeah. This guy, I don't know what social distancing is right here.
He's gonna live forever, man. That's what that is.
It's low risk. He doesn't have to worry.
Hey, just as a review, though, that elbow, it's just hand over hand, right?
You're gonna go. I can show it real quick. For the people at home. So, what he's asking about is when I go for the Kimura here, one of the escapes that I show involves throwing your hand behind your back. And when she throws her hand behind my back, see it knocked my hand off of her wrist. So what I can do is I cup the shoulder and my own forearm. See that?
And the elbow.
Yeah, so I didn't really change too much. Put her hand under. I just put my elbow by her wrist and cup her wrist, or her elbow. So now she can't take her arm back out. I'm holding my bicep in this case. Forearm is okay too. Right? So that's the lock. And then the rest involves getting my hip on the other side of her head, and she's got it. So what we're going to do now is just to show how that mousetrap can be used in reverse also. So we'll go forward first. So I go for the key lock. All right, there's a tap. She straightens, there's a tap. She goes thumb down, I wrap, and I got that Kimura tap, right? But she could also turn her thumb up, straightening her arm right, and I can follow it that way. My grip's reversed, but I can still get the straight arm bar, right? She can also escape by turning thumb up and bending. So I wrap with the other arm, wrist, push it down, and there's my key lock again. So this could be infinitely going back and forth till you catch one. because none of those escapes that she's doing right now are getting me off of her side control, right? So it's very low risk for me to keep trying to do these things, right? If we got up to the second part of the Kimura, where we turn her sideways, some of those other escapes might take us out of this situation. But if we're just going for the Kimura here and not taking weight off her, and either she taps or I just kind of retighten and do it again, right? Then I don't lose this position, right? As long as I don't keep cranking and keep shooting, then this happens, right? So I just don't want to exaggerate it too much. If I miss it, I just tighten it up a little bit, unless she escapes, and then I go to the straight, right? And so we're just going to do it in both directions. So that's what I want you guys practicing. So we're going to go key lock first. Go ahead and get a tap here, right? Go ahead and do your tap. Straight arm bar. Go ahead and get your tap. And make it a little looser so they can get away. Hug, boom. Go ahead and get your tap right here. Let it straighten, get your tap there. Okay. Let's try that. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do the last one.
Is there a leg lock from here?
Always, always.
Reverse armbar?
Yeah. Remember we talked about that in the videos when we were doing the other ones. We have spinning arm bars, reverse arm bars.
Inverted omoplatas.
We got everything. Huh? No, they're just listening to what you were saying. Okay. We're talking about before the class while we were waiting. If we were in space, how it would be to grapple in zero gravity. Because there would be no mount. It would all be guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no floor, so
There'd be no pressure.
there's no mount or guard, really. It would be guard, basically.
Yeah. Everybody would be in guard.
You would have to eliminate the floor factor. You know?
No pressure.
Yeah.
And then the suits might
The spacesuit, yeah.
might hinder a lot of stuff.
No cross faces. I don't think they'd be too good.
Speaking of, have you seen Solar Opposites? You have Hulu?
No.
No to you haven't seen it, or no to Hulu?
Yes. No to both.
Okay, all right. Well, get Hulu and watch
Spoil it if
Solar
you
Opposites.
want. I don't
You
care
have
about
to ask multiple choice questions. It can't be yes
I know,
or no.
right?
I have to answer efficiently.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Extraction. That was good.
What's that?
Extraction on Netflix.
Haven't seen that
You have
either.
Netflix?
I have Netflix.
Okay. Extraction's pretty good.
Okay.
And The Wrong Missy for comedy.
The wrong what?
Missy, Missy.
Okay.
Short, nickname for Melissa.
Yeah.
As far as comedy, that's a good one. And then for action, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, pew, pew stuff, Extraction.
Okay.
It has Thor.
Thor?
Yeah, that guy that plays Thor.
Seen all the memes where he's like out of shape? I guess it's real, but it's a big difference. It shows like before quarantine, after quarantine, I think is one of them.
Yeah.
And it's him as Thor, and then it's him just, I guess, out of shape. I don't know. It's probably for a part in a movie, but.
So I was going to say, so it's not from like Avengers?
No, it's definitely not from Avengers.
Yeah, it was Avengers, right? Where he was out of shape or whatever, or was that
Oh, maybe
Guardians
it
of the
was.
Galaxy?
Maybe it was.
Yeah, that was Avengers. The last one.
It was Avengers.
So
Okay.
was that all fake when he's out of shape?
I don't know which one you're talking about, but I mean, if
He's like sitting in a chair. It looks like his house. It's probably not.
oh,
his
he has
a lot of money.
the glasses and stuff. That's probably maybe.
Like out of shape. You never know what's real anymore. It's like
I'll tell you what.
It's like I always see clips from Never Back Down, and people sharing it on Facebook, and they think it's real, but it's clips from Never Back Down. Like I'm like, that's my friend. Like there's 8 of my friends in that movie. That's totally fake. It's like all scripted. Because they make it look like a footage camera of like a pit fight, some fight on the underground, and it's like it's one that's really popular. You'll see it eventually. It's because the guy's doing all these capoeira movements.
Oh, right.
And then the dude just Superman punches him, and it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend was the one that did the Superman punch.
That's like what you call it. That's like the Indiana Jones. The guy's doing the freaking blades and he shoots them.
Yeah.
That's essentially the same scene, but for martial arts. Oh.
We've probably got time for one move that somebody has a question about. You have any questions? I know I've been asking you guys a lot, so see if they have any questions. Or Samantha, if you have a question. You have one? Okay. You don't have questions with Nogi? What about the grips? A lot of people wonder about grips. I mean, you're wrestling now, so it's those same grips you got. Is there something that I don't know what I don't know. Right. Is there something that I need to know about grips? No fingers. You can hold there's not even a specific rules thing you can hold 4, but general knowledge is like you don't grab less than 4. But I recommend not grabbing fingers at all and just grabbing the hand right above these 2 knuckles. It's a really good grip, doesn't slip. Some of your faster moves, slicker moves, you gotta be careful because of sweat, right? You won't get that grip. Trying to move quick and you slip because you're sweaty. Some of those faster type moves you might do at the beginning of the fight, but not at the end, right? More controlled movements towards the end, after you go middle, once you start getting sweaty. Back of the neck, set of the collar, the wrist, right? I'm mainly holding with my middle finger and my thumb, the others help. Right? So here, whether you go here or here, right? Ankle, foot. This is a good spot, same as if you held the hand, right? Right at the knuckles of the foot, underhook. You can get this type of hook here, like almost like you're putting in a Kimura is nice, or a high underhook by the shoulder, right? Want to do the neck, put the forearm in the way, right? So you start to control this whole quarter of the body. Underhooks, overhooks. I want to press the back of my hand here so that it doesn't slip out easy, or you have to be actively like pulling it in, right? And always have that fist high up in the armpit. So do the same thing with the leg here, hold here, right? Here, real deep, different grips. Just think of it like if it was a gi, you usually hold the sleeve, right? Or the ankle sleeve. So you hold the ankle or the wrist. I hold the elbow a lot in no gi. So I translate that to the gi. What I do is I make a wrinkle here and I'll hold right there. So a lot of people don't think about that. What a lot of people will do is they'll hold the gi down here. So that'd be like your elbow grip. And then the lapel, we don't grab the lapel usually. So you have in judo, they grab the back of the neck, collar. So that's when you hold the neck by the collar. And anytime you're holding the lapel here, that's kind of like doing your underhook. So that's kind of the similarity. So it's not too much different. Belt, that's like a tight waist in wrestling. So if you don't know what that is, I'm just gonna stand up. So sometimes I might hold the belt here. In wrestling, hold here. Tight waist, and you can go all the way across the waist. And I'm holding the hip. Alex was asking a question about glute choke and where I'll hold actually behind their armpit, like my fingers are in their armpit right now, and that's a good grip too. And then you kind of arms all the way across, and you might be grabbing the wrinkle of the gi. I go up into the armpit. Even with the gi? Even with the gi on. When I use the gi, I barely grab the gi anyway. That would be the similar grip. So if you want to use the gi, you just hold the wrinkle, and that's so your hand doesn't come out. You can't hold it. Yeah. So I hold the wrinkle here because now it's not going to slip, right? And in no gi, I want it to slip, so I hook there.
So the one that has the overhook with the one.
It'd be above my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can I do?
It's just holding. You're not slipping, right?
No.
Yeah.
I gotta go in deeper though.
You'd be on the ground.
Yeah.
So you know, wrestling, you can start people forcing on.
Yeah, that's like a half guard.
Yeah, would it be? I think it would be possible to like in jiu-jitsu like a reverse strip to make their like in front of the shoulder such an ass and take it back.
Okay, yeah. So it's difficult to. We used to play a game in wrestling. We used to like just take stuff and try to reverse it. You know, like as a kid, you do stuff like that. Like, oh, what if you did this backwards? So in wrestling, you're trying to pin people. So we were like, well, let's try to do the opposite of pinning somebody, put you on your chest. So we would do everything we could to stay on our back, and then our opponent had to try to put us belly down. And it's really difficult. And essentially, that's what's happening in jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu guy doesn't want to be bellied out, right? He doesn't want to expose his back. So without realizing it, we're kind of like doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu in a way, in that we're trying to get somebody's back. We didn't know what that was. And we found it to be really difficult to make someone belly out that doesn't want to belly out. Just like it is hard to get somebody to their back because they don't want to be on their back. But the movements are different. So what I do to belly someone out is pretty much take their back and then flatten them out, right? So what you're asking about is like a breakdown. We wouldn't really use a half guard for that. Just do like a turtle. So in wrestling, the referee position, this is the same as turtle. I want to get at least one hook in, right? So first we got to open this up. So I start bringing the elbow out or opening the knee, I'm going to get my hooks like normal. Okay? Boom. And then at this point in jiu-jitsu, you already have the points, right? Well, you're talking about bellying them out, which is something I like to do from here. So I don't always try to finish right now. I don't go for a rear naked choke. I like to have the control first. And so what I'll do is I'm going to kind of extend my legs that way, but I'm going to bring the underhooks this way. So go. There. And in this case, see, this elbow came out. This one didn't, but my weight's already here. So it's kind of too late to get this hand out, but that's fine, right? So I flattened her out. And from here, I like a shoulder lock. So let's back up a little.
My back is not 100%.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Especially in this position.
So here, move, and I get this other one, but that one didn't come out, right? That's fine. I only need one of these. So my elbow, Alex, this is a lot like, and Arsenio, this is a lot like the Kimura we were talking about. My elbow's going to go to the wrist. My hand goes under the elbow. This hand cups under the elbow. My hips go down into her shoulder, and I lift her elbow. This is a shoulder lock. Okay. This is a lot like the position you were asking about. But I use that. I use a back kick. Yeah.
I see belly them out.
Huh? He doesn't tap anyways.
Yeah. So that's what I tend to do. You could always go rear naked choke. That's what most people are going to try to do there. So.
Guys, I see you tomorrow.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
See you, Rita.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
So,
hey, Brian, you have them bellied out, you said?
yeah, that's belly down.
And then you have control of that wrist?
You can.
Yeah, he said he probably watch us first.
Okay, hold on.
If you want.
With that underhook,
Yeah.
you have control of that wrist?
With the
what
underhook,
you do
no, I
now?
just have an underhook. You could
You just
control
have
the
the-
wrist.
So you just come under the arm.
Yeah, I don't control the wrist because I want their wrist out, right? That's why Rita's one wrist got stuck underneath.
Right.
Because one, she didn't know what I was going to do, and two, I originally had her wrist, and then she
Right.
kind of left it in that position. Where most people, if you just go two underhooks, they're going to base out,
Right.
right? And now that both arms are exposed, and you can grab either one.
You grab either one. And that's a shoulder lock.
It's a shoulder lock, yeah.
All you do is just lean forward on that.
No, I'm lifting their elbow. I'm just keeping weight on their shoulder so they can't
Right.
elevate that part of their body.
And lifting.
That one's from catch wrestling.
Cool. Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah,
Entering that into the database.
let me call it here.